What's up everyone, it's Johnny from Jeddle and welcome to another episode of Jeddle's Mastermind, where we are testing some high school students out on their English knowledge and a little bit of pop culture as well. Today we're joined by three amazing guests. We've got Evie, Oscar, Daniel, and they're playing for up to $200. We know in the last couple of rounds, the jackpot's been accruing. We're gonna put $200 up for grabs for whoever can win today's rounds. Evie, welcome to the show. How are you feeling? How's the year been so far for you?
Pretty good, I guess. It's just that it's halfway now. We just had our second term.
What's been the most challenging part of year 12 so far for you?
So at the end of last term, we've had our half yearlies, and all my subjects were cramped together, and then that 1 week was traumatizing.
It's tricky when you get to those exam periods. Is there anything you take away from that in terms of preparing for the next exam block?
I have learned to prepare everything in advance, so I guess I navigated that quite well. It's just that it was really tiring at the end of it, so getting some proper rest.
That's a good idea. Preparation and rest sounds like a good recipe, but some stress unavoidable in those blocks. Oscar, thanks for joining today. How are you feeling about the year? What are you looking forward to?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, it's not been too bad so far. Just looking forward to getting back to school, getting back to seeing mates again. That'll be good.
What's one kind of thing you make sure you do each week, whether it's like seeing friends on the weekend or sport? What's something you think helps the most with that?
Yeah, just getting a good balance, really, like playing sports, seeing mates, as you said, I think that's really important, along with making sure I get a good amount of studying.
Sounds like a plan. Daniel, welcome to the show. How are you feeling about the year? How are things progressing for you?
Yeah, pretty good. I also just finished my exam block, and now in the holidays, it's a lot easier to balance, my study and also social life.
Okay, so let's get into our first speed rounds. All right, round one is speed round. 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. 10 points for a correct answer, -5 if it's incorrect or you pass. Now, Evie, you were the first person I saw join here, so you're gonna go first. You're gonna be our first person to go for 60 seconds. How are you feeling? All ready to go?
Yeah, sure, let's get into it.
Okay, Evie, your 60 seconds starts now. What term beginning with A refers to a narrative that has a deeper moral or political meaning?
Aphorism?
Allegory. What type of alliteration is used in the scorching sun seared through summer?
Sibilance.
Correct. The contradictory phrase, less is more, is an example of what beginning with P?
Paradox.
Correct. What literary period saw the resurgence of interest in classical Greek and Roman literature, art, and culture during the 14th to 17th centuries?
Renaissance?
Correct. Which technique creates a humorous effect by playing upon different possible meanings of the same word?
Play on word, pun?
Correct. In a play, what type of speech typically involves a character expressing their inner thoughts with no other characters around?
Soliloquy.
Correct. And that's time. You just got the last one in on the buzzer there. Okay, Evie, that was a fantastic round. 5 correct answers, only the first one you didn't get, leaving you on 45 points. How do you feel after that first round?
It was good. I'm surprised. I was thinking of something else when you said allegory. I was like, oh, yeah, could have got that.
You did pretty well otherwise. Put you in a good position going forward.
I guess so.
All right, Oscar, your 60 seconds starts now. What term refers to a figure of speech in which contradictory terms are placed directly next to each other?
Oxymoron.
Correct. What term describes the main character of a story?
Protagonist.
Correct. Beginning with P, what literary technique is present in the phrase, the river sang a soothing lullaby?
Personification.
Correct. Beginning with A, what literary technique involves the deliberate repetition of the first part of consecutive sentences?
Anaphora.
Correct. What genre typically involves the use of humor, irony, and exaggeration to criticize? Correct. In poetry, what is the term for a pause or break in the middle of a line of verse?
Caesura.
Correct. Which literary movement beginning with R challenged the values of the Enlightenment by emphasizing...
Romanticism.
Correct. In what year was the novel 1984 published?
Pass.
Okay, it was 1949, and that brings us to the bell, but what a round, Oscar. Let's have a look at the score for you. Fantastic round, one of the quickest rounds I've seen to date. Feel good after that round?
Yeah, feeling good.
Was everything just coming to you? You've been watching the previous episodes? Have you been studying up on these things?
Yeah, I had a look last night at some techniques and I'd be a bit rusty, so I had to get back into it.
Awesome effort. And that leaves us with Daniel. Daniel, your turn now. How are you feeling going into your speed round?
Yeah, the pressure's definitely on for me, I feel.
We've got two really good attempts here, so Daniel, best of luck. Hey everyone, it's Johnny from Jeddle, and if you want to check out state rank examples, band 6 analysis, step-by-step guides to constructing the perfect essays, craft of writing pieces, whatever it is that you need for your English exams, then go to jeddle.com. We've put everything in one place for you so that you don't need to look any further to get everything you need to succeed in your exams. And if you want to submit a draft and get expert marking, or you want to use our marking tools to get specific suggestions on how you can improve your essays, your creative writing pieces, anytime, anywhere, make sure you sign up to Jedi. It's less than $10 per week. Daniel, your 60 seconds starts now. When events in a text do not occur in chronological order, this type of narrative is called what?
Non-linear.
Correct. Beginning with C, what term describes an intense moment of emotional release in a story?
Catharsis.
Correct. What technique is in the following sentence? I have a million things to do tomorrow.
Hyperbole.
Correct. Which literary period occurred in the 17th and 18th century with an emphasis on reason and rationality?
Humanism.
Enlightenment. Beginning with A, what term can be used to describe something that is outside of the norm or that is unusual?
Avant-garde.
We had anomaly or abnormal, come back to that one. They moved as fluidly as the ocean uses which literary technique?
Simile.
Correct. What type of syntax describes a sentence that has been cut short and is often used
Truncated.
to increase? Correct. And beginning with I, when a poet references another composer's work in their poetry, that is known
Contextuality.
as? Correct. All right, that takes you to the bell. Great effort there. All right, Daniel, we have taken a look. Avant-garde, we're accepting that answer. You know, it's to do with something being new, experimental, which is different. So it's a very creative answer. I like it. You're getting the point for that one. So that actually gives you 65. Humanism, unfortunately, just a little bit too vague for what we were looking at. An insane round. It's a crazy episode. It's the best performance all round that I've seen. I mean, Evie, normally you'd be going in at first, right? So we might have to run this back, okay, and give you another shot. But unfortunately, Evie, we've got Oscar and Daniel sitting on 65, which are huge scores. So we do have to say goodbye to you, Evie. Did you have fun nonetheless?
That was fun. Yeah, looking forward to the next episodes if possible.
Yeah, I think we'll run back and you know, for people watching, comment below. Do you want to see Evie in another episode? I know I do. So I think you've got a lot of talent there, and the speed was unprecedented of Oscar and Daniel. So all the best, Evie. Hopefully we see you soon. Thanks for playing on Mastermind. Okay, so very impressive round. I'm blown away by the speed of your answers, guys. Daniel, let's go back to you. How do you feel after that round?
Yeah, I was getting really nervous near the end of that round, so I had to speed up quite a lot.
Well, you did the job, and you are level with Oscar. Oscar, how are you feeling going into this round?
Yeah, good. I was actually thinking this would be a bit more my forte, but I'll probably jinx myself now.
Well, that's scary stuff if this is the forte and that was the weakness. Probably not good news for Daniel, but best of luck to both of you. Round 2 is steel round. Each contestant will get 5 questions worth 10 points each. If they can't answer the question, the other contestant gets 1 shot to get those 10 points for themselves. Oscar, round 2, here we go. First question on pop culture. What is the name of the high school in the hit Australian Netflix series Heartbreak High?
Oh, haven't seen it. I'll have to pass on that.
All right, Daniel, your chance to steal. Do you know the answer? What is the name of the high school in the hit Australian Netflix series Heartbreak High?
Is it Hartley High School?
It is. That's correct. Back to you, Oscar. Which city hosts the biggest comedy festival in Australia?
Say Melbourne.
Correct. It's a good guess if it was a guess. Third question. Who achieved the most wins at the Grammys in 2024?
Oh, wow. Couldn't I tell you? I'll have a guess. Taylor Swift.
That's a good guess as well. That's correct. Probably no surprise to those watching, given what she's achieved this year. Fourth question. When did the first Kung Fu Panda movie release? What year?
I'll go 2006.
That is not the answer. We're going to go over to Daniel. Do you know the answer?
2008.
2008 is correct. And last question for you, Oscar. What handheld gaming console was released by Nintendo in 1989?
The Wii.
It's not the Wii. Daniel?
Is it the Game Boy?
Yes, it is the Game Boy. It's a strong steal. All right, so scores are still tight. Daniel's edged ahead a little bit before going into his round. We're at 95 to 85. Oscar, what do you think about that round? Any that you're looking back that you think you could have got?
Oh no, a bit disappointed. I knew I jinxed myself, but it's all right. Daniel did very well there, so well done to him.
Good sportsmanship. That's the spirit we like to see in Mastermind. And Daniel, how are you feeling going into this next round?
I felt like I got pretty lucky last round with the questions, and I'm hoping that luck will continue.
Well, best of luck. Here's your first question. Which city hosts the biggest film festival in Australia?
Melbourne.
It's not Melbourne. So, Oscar, it's open for you.
Is it Adelaide?
Adelaide's not the answer. It was Sydney. Unlucky, but both of you stay neutral on that one. Second question, Daniel. What is the name of the fictional town where the Simpsons live?
Springfield.
That's correct. Question 3. Beginning with F, what is the name of the popular Battle Royale game developed by Epic Games?
Fortnite.
You got it. Next question. Who directed the film Killers of the Flower Moon?
Martin Scorsese.
That's correct. Question 5 for you. What film won Best Picture at the Oscars this year?
Barbie.
It wasn't Barbie, so we go back to Oscar. Do you know the answer? I mean, quite fittingly. Hopefully you get the answer.
Yeah, I think it was Oppenheimer.
That's right. It was Oppenheimer, so good steal on that one. Let's go to the scoreboard after that second round. Okay, so that takes us to the end of round 2. We now have a clear leader. It's Daniel. He's performed outstandingly well, but so is Oscar. Got a little bit unlucky with some of those questions, perhaps, Oscar, but a tremendous first round. You ended up on 95, Daniel on 125. Oscar, sorry to see you leaving. I feel like we've had great contestants today, and I really appreciated you playing. How do you feel going out of today's game?
Yeah, a bit disappointed, but I lost to some really good competition, so not too bad.
Well, hopefully we see you again. Hopefully we can get you back on. I want to get the contestants that we can to rejoin, especially ones that are bringing good energy like yourself to the game. So hopefully we see you soon. Thanks for joining, and we will advance to the next round. For our third and final round, the contestant leading the game after the first 2 rounds gets a shot at the jackpot. The contestant is going to be asked up to 3 questions. For each question that the contestant answers correctly, they get 1 step closer to that final jackpot. At any stage, they can choose to keep the money that they've earned and walk away, or they can keep playing, but they risk losing it all if they get any of the questions wrong. And then there was one, Daniel. You are in the lead. You get the chance to win $200 in the double or nothing round. How are you feeling? You're going very well here. What's going through your mind right now?
Trivia round felt a lot better for me than the first round, but this round obviously probably will be the hardest, so I am feeling the pressure quite heavily.
Let's get into our double or nothing round. Round 3, here we go. All right, Daniel, here's your first question for $50. Also a student at Hogwarts, what is the name of the blonde-haired antagonist in Harry Potter?
Draco Malfoy.
That's correct. Second question, do you want to play for $100 or take the 50?
I think I'll play for 100.
All right, Daniel, for $100, here is your second question. What term describes a novel or story written in the form of letters?
Epistolary.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Epistolary is the answer. That is for $100. That takes you to the end of the second round. Do you want to play for the 200 or do you want to keep the $100?
After the last round, I think I'll just walk away.
All right, well done. Congratulations. Fantastic effort all round throughout those questions and those rounds. How are you feeling after all of it?
Oh yeah, great. Especially after the first 2 rounds competing with the other people. It was getting very tense, so now I'm just glad to at least make some money.
Well, I'm happy for you. Really appreciate you playing. Very impressive display. So thank you very much. Hopefully we see you again. See you in the winner's circle when we get some of the previous winners back on. Thanks so much for playing. And for everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to play on Mastermind yourself, make sure you click the link below this video, fill in an application, and you could be on Mastermind and be like Daniel. Thank you very much for playing, Daniel. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. See you in the next one.